Good morning. Today I'm going to teach you how to get started on the calendar project. The first thing we're going to do is I've got InDesign open and I'm going to create a new document. So calendars are 12 pages long. So I'm going to create a 12-page document. I'm changing my units to inches. I want the width to be 8.5 and the height by 11. And I want it to be 12 pages long. So I'm going to create my new document. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a rule at 5.5 inches because the document is 11 inches tall. So half of the image is going to be a photo of some sort, and the other half is going to be text. So I'm going to put a horizontal, I'm going to put a guide at 5.5 inches. And what I'm going to do, since every page is going to be the same, I'm going to do it on a master page. So I'm going to go up to pages. So I'll make sure I'm on the master pages. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put an image box at the top part of the frame because every page is going to have an image. And then I'm going to put a text box on the bottom part of the frame. So now that I've added the master pages, I've put an image box and a text box, I can check all my pages and it's all there. So we're all set up. Okay, so I'm going to go to page 1. And the one thing we have to do if we use a master page, we want to start working on page 1, but we have to override the master pages to put anything in there. So I'm just going to go up to override all master pages, and I'm selecting the image box. I'm going to go to File, Place. I've got some images that I'm going to be using this calendar. I'm going to place my image. Then I'm going to check my fitting. I'm going to go to Object, Fitting, and I want to fill the frame proportionally. And I've got the image filled. And then now I'm going to have to go down below to my text box, and I'm going to be making my calendar. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to convert text to a table. So I've picked out a calendar for 2021. And so the January 2021 calendar has Friday is the first day of the month. And we're only going to use 5 rows, and this particular calendar has 6. And we're only going to use 5 rows no matter what. So this 31 is going to go on the same row as 24. There may be other months like this, but we only want to use 5 rows for days. We want a row for the days of the week, and we want a row for the month. And the way we're going to make this calendar is I'm going to have to keep referencing back to this, but we're just going to start typing. I'm going to type in January. Then I'm going to hit comma 2021. I'm going to hit comma. And so we're going to need to have 7 rows. Okay, so I'm going to just put numbers in here and hit comma. Till I get to 7. Actually, I'm going to blow it up a little bit so we can see it better. Okay, so I got January's 1, 2021's 2, and then the 1 is 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to need 2 more. 6, 7. Then I'm going to hit return. And so if we go back to our calendar, we see that the first day of the month is on Friday. So we need to somehow fill in this space. Well, actually, I need to do the days first. And then when we get to the days of the month, we're going to start on Friday. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to type in the days of the week, comma after each one. Actually, we're going to start with Sunday. I messed up here. Okay, so I'm going to hit return after Saturday. Now we got to go to the days of the week. So we're going to have no days until we come to Friday. It's going to be 1, but we're going to need to put a number in there. So I'm just going to put in 0. So I'm going to put in 0, comma, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday's going to be 1. Saturday's going to be 2. Then I'm going to hit return. I'm going to make sure I got 7. I got 7. And then so the next week we're going to have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and hit return. Then we're going to have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm going to check my calendar, make sure. Yeah, it goes to 16. The next one's 23 and 30. Then I'm going to hit return. 17, comma, 18, comma, 19, comma, 20, comma, 21, 2, 23. Hit return. 24, 25, 26, 27, 8, 30. We're going to forget about 31 for right now. So now we're ready to make our table. Okay, so I'm going to select everything. So I'm going to convert all this text into the table, and it's going to be the days of the week and month calendar. So I'm going to select it all. Now that I've got the text selected, I'm going to go up to table, convert text to table. And it's going to be, they got some options here. We did comma separated. They got tab, and then that's what separates the items. And then the paragraphs are separated the rows. They got other options. And then I just say, okay. And it's turned my table, my text into a table. And then all we're going to have to do is, fill the space with the table, adjust the table to fill the space. So all we have to do now is we have to get the text tool, and we're going to have to select the table, and then we can drag it down. We can drag it down to the bottom. And now what we're going to have to do is to go to table, table options, and we'll go to distribute rows evenly. And then it looks like we're in pretty good shape. I want to give a little bit less room for January and a little more for the rest of it. So I'm going to have to go back to table, distribute rows evenly. Okay. Now I'm going to get rid of some of these columns. I'm going to have to, this thing is getting too long right now. I don't want to keep it going on and on. I can continue on, but I think this thing's long enough. So I could make another video about tables if anybody needs it. But otherwise, you've got the general idea. You're going to add image, you're going to add a calendar. Of course, this one I need to fix it up a little bit, get rid of all these cells in that top row, and merge those cells together into one. And put the 31 down at the bottom of the 24 and just a few things like that. But otherwise, we're going to end it for now.